Hey loves! Welcome back to my channel. So today I have two special guests with me, my little candy corn right here and my husband. And today we're going to be doing pumpkin carving. It's actually our first time. So let's see how it turns out. And while my husband is doing the pumpkin, I'm going to be answering like about 2 or 3 questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. And then after that, I'm going to do a story time. So let's get started. Okay, you guys, so this is the drawing that we chose. It says Happy Halloween, then has a bat up here. According to this book, you're supposed to wet the picture and then put plastic wrap around it. It's supposed to make it easier, so don't judge it. I always see people just go like just freehand it or whatever, but we're just gonna follow the instructions and try it this way. Okay, you guys, so the first question is how you got into doing makeup / hair. So long story short, I always knew I wanted to do makeup and hair as a career. I was always like around that industry because my mom that's different. Because my mom's dream career was to be a cosmetologist as well, or be like a hairstylist, a makeup artist also. And like growing up, she would take clients and I would always go with her and I'd be her assistant when she would do like brides or just any makeup or hair service, and I would always tag along with her.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
And I got to like, she would just take me with her to help her out, or because I didn't want to like just stay behind like at home, like I wanted to go with her. So I got to see the experience like at a pretty young age. Next question is, okay, so I have a couple of people who asked me this question, and it's how me and my husband met, but that's gonna be on a separate video because it's a pretty long story. So stay tuned for that one. And then this last question says, so this last question is going to be it's going to be a story time because it's not too long, but I want to go into detail about it. And it says how you found out you were pregnant. And then it says, the same person, it says, how did you tell your husband? So where do I start?
Almost the pumpkin.
Okay, so I found out I was pregnant on December 1st of 2019, which was last year obviously. And what had happened was the day before, on November 30th, we had gone to Tulare, which is about 2 hours away from San Jose. And I had gone to Tulare because I was going to get my hair done by my hairstylist who lives out there. And I remember when I was getting my hair done, like I was talking to my hairstylist. For some reason, we started talking about like babies and pregnancy and all that. And since she brought it up, I told her how like I had first missed my period. Like normally my period isn't like on the same date every month, so I wasn't like too concerned about that. And sometimes my period will skip a month, and then the following month I'll get it like twice in a month. So I thought that was what was happening, but I had missed my period. It had already gone on 2 weeks when I went to my hairstyle. No, actually my last period was on October 18th, the month prior, October, November. And I didn't get it on November, and it was already like the end of November when we were out there, which is November 30th. So I wasn't too concerned, and I thought maybe I'll get it twice in December or whatever. So yeah, I was just there getting my hair done with my hairstylist, and we were just talking about like babies and pregnancy. And like she started telling me how like she was trying to have a baby, her second baby. And then I started telling her how like I started telling her my story, how like me and my husband have been trying to have a baby for like 3 years already. Fun fact, it did take us 3 years to have a baby. So you guys want to hear a story time on that and how I got pregnant, let me know down below in the comments. But so yeah, I was telling her my story, how like we were going on 3 years. It was going to be 3 years that December, the following month, that we had started trying to have a baby. And like she just started telling me to like go to like try all these things to have a baby. And I told her how like I was gonna start, yeah, I was gonna go like to get a uterus massage. I think that's what it's called. And then after that didn't work. I was gonna try other things, but I didn't want to try anything until after my birthday, because my birthday was 2 weeks from then. My birthday was 2 weeks from that date, and I wanted to wait till after my birthday just in case we did something. But anywho, little did I know I had been pregnant for like a month already. So yeah, I was just talking to my hairstylist, telling her how like I had missed my period, and how like I was a little sick when that day that I was there. Like it was like a cold, and I had like a runny nose, and like she told me that like when you're pregnant, like that you get sick like that. I can't remember what she said exactly, but she was just telling like everything I was telling her. She was all like, yeah, like those are all signs of pregnancy, blah blah blah. And then she told me to take a test like right there in her studio, and I was like, no, like I didn't want to take it there, or like I didn't want to take it at all, because like in my head I was like, no, I'm not pregnant, like, you know, like it's after like so long, like I just like it was just always like, no, I'm not pregnant. Like if I would feel sick or nauseous or some type of pregnancy symptom, like people would tell me like, oh, take a pregnancy test. My husband would tell me take a pregnancy test, or like sometimes playing around I would be like, oh, I think I'm pregnant, and I really wasn't. So after a while, like you don't even want to take any pregnancy tests, because you just like, maybe I can have kids, or no, like it's just my head playing with me. So I didn't want to take a pregnancy test. So we just went on with her day. I finished doing my hair. My husband came to pick me up, and we were supposed to like go out and explore that city, but we were like so tired because we had gotten up super early to drive out there, and so we just decided to like go get food and get some drinks. Yeah, get a bottle, because also we also took advantage that we like drove away like on a mini road trip, and to celebrate our anniversary, because our anniversary is on November 18th, and it was our 9th year anniversary. So we just decided to take advantage of the trip and spend it out there for the night and just have some drinks and go out and explore the city. But we didn't go out to the city. We just ended up getting food and drinks and going back to the hotel and just drinking and watching Netflix or movies or whatever. And then so yeah, we were there like at the hotel all day, and then we
went to the mall.
No,
not that time.
No, because we were like so tired that as soon as we got to the hotel, we ended up taking like a nap.
Oh yeah.
That turned out to be like
a 3 hour nap.
almost 5 hour nap.
Yeah.
So we just decided to stay in the hotel, and Mateo was asleep this whole time.
He was?
Yeah.
Aww.
Oh, baby, no wonder you're so quiet.
Con los niños dije, no está haciendo nada de ruido este güey.
We just ended up staying at the hotel also because we like fell asleep as soon as we got there, because we were so tired, and we just decided to stay in. Because at first we decided to not go out at all, but then like when we were at the hotel, we were like, oh, maybe we should go out like later at night and see how it gets during the night, like the city. But we were just like, whatever, like let's just stay in, let's order pizza and just keep having drinks, and that's what we did. And my husband ended up knocking out super early because he was just drinking.
I was drunk.
And I was wide awake. So I was.
But it took you hella long to get ready. That's why I knocked out. I was like,
oh yeah, because I got ready and like I did like a small like photo shoot at the hotel, and then after that my husband knocked out, and I was just there wide awake till like maybe like 2 in the morning. I was just there eating chips and watching Netflix, and eventually I knocked out. And then like throughout the night, like I kept waking up because I just felt like weird. Like I don't know how to explain it, but I just like my body just felt weird in general. It's a really hard feeling to explain. But also a small story time. Long time ago, not that long ago, but maybe like 2 years ago, I was talking to a friend, and I was telling her like like how do you know if you're pregnant? Like, what do you feel? And she said, she's like, you'll know when you're pregnant. Like, your body's gonna tell you. Like, you're just gonna have that feeling. And I remember thinking, oh my god, like, you're crazy. Like, what do you mean? Like, my body's gonna tell me, or like I'm gonna have that feeling? Like how can you have a feeling, or how can you like
How do you know what to feel?
yeah, like how do you know what to feel, like if you never felt that way before, you know? Like in my head I was just like, she's crazy, like I just didn't understand her. But now I understand what she meant, because that feeling I got during that night was just like, I just can't explain it, you guys. Like, I feel like when a girl goes through that, like, she'll know what that means. But like, obviously, when someone tells you, like, oh, like, you'll know when you're pregnant, like, your body will tell you, you're just like, dude, like, I've never felt that, so how am I supposed to know? So yeah, I remember her telling me that when I asked her, like what are you supposed to feel, or like how do you know that you're pregnant? And she told me, she just told me those words. But that night, like, those words, I felt those words, you guys. Like, I remember thinking about her, and I was like, oh my god, dude, like right away, like, I was just thinking, like, oh my god, I think I'm pregnant. Like, it's just this gut feeling, you guys, that you get. Like, it's just, I can't explain it, but it's just a gut feeling that you get. And I just couldn't sleep. Like, I kept like waking up through the night, and at about like 7 in the morning, I woke up my husband, and I told him, I was like, go buy me a pregnancy test. And he was like, what? Like, cause he was asleep, and I woke him up, and like that's the first thing I told him. And he was like, what? And he's like, no, like, for what? You're not pregnant. And I was like, just go buy me a pregnancy test, like just go. Like, I kept telling him, yeah, because he didn't want to go. He's
I was like,
no.
hell no, I'm asleep.
He was like, no, like, you're not pregnant, like just go to sleep. And I was like, no. And like, since he didn't want to go, like, I started getting mad, and I was like, go get me a pregnancy test right now. And then he's like, nothing is open, blah blah blah. And I was like, Walgreens is probably open, so just go. So he went. And then when he came back, I took it right away. I went in the bathroom, and he went with me in the bathroom too. And I remember that I was on the toilet. I sat on the toilet. I peed on the stick, and then I put it on the counter. You're supposed to wait like 3 minutes or so for the results to go through. And I remember that I put the stick on the counter, and when you sit on the toilet, you can't see over the counter. And my husband was sitting on the floor, so we couldn't see the results. And like, I was so nervous that I couldn't even get up the toilet. Like, that's how nervous I was. And he was nervous too, that he was just on the floor. And like, it had been like a couple minutes, and then he was all like, get up and look at it. And I'm like, no, like, I'm nervous. Like,
you get up.
Yeah, I was like, you get up. And then he's like, no, you get up. And then at the end, like, we both got up. Also, that I remember that I started recording just in case, because I knew I always wanted to have like that memory of when I found out I was pregnant, and like my reaction. But till this day, you guys, I have not watched the video at all. Like, it's just there on my camera roll, but I haven't watched it. I feel like if I watch it, I'm gonna start crying, like, real bad. Like, just like looking at it, I'm gonna get super emotional. But yeah, so at the end, we both decided to stand up and look at it. And like, and even when I stood up, like, I didn't even look down into the counter where the test was. Like, I stood up and I looked straight into the mirror, and I was looking at my husband through the mirror, and I was like, I can't look down, like, I'm so nervous.
You probably found out through my reaction, huh?
You looked down?
Yeah, I looked down to the stick, and I was like,
yeah, he was in shock when he seen it, and me too. And then like when I finally looked down into the counter and saw the test, like, there was 2 bright red lines on there. And I remember my friend, my hairstylist, she told me to let her know, because at the end, when I left her studio, I told her I was probably going to take a test either that day, later that night, or the following morning. She told me to let her know what happened. She was actually the first person who found out I was pregnant before I even posted it. And yeah, I remember that when I sent her a picture of the pregnancy test, she was all like,
told you, huh?
Yeah, she was like, yeah, like, I knew you were pregnant, like like especially if those lines are like extremely bright red, like, or bright pink, like you're for sure pregnant. Because you know how sometimes they'll take a pregnancy test and like the second line will be like super like light
Blurry.
or like blurry, but like you could still like low-key see it in the back. And those are the tests where it's like maybe you're pregnant, maybe you're not. But yeah, my pregnancy test was like super bright.
Like, yeah, you're pregnant.
Yeah, it was like, girl, you're pregnant. So yeah. And then I remember that as soon as I stood up, I ended up, after a few seconds, I ended up looking down and to the test on the counter, and I just started crying, you guys. Like, I was like in shock, especially like after so long of trying to conceive, and like for it to like just finally have 2 lines. Like, it was just like, oh my god.
Because you took a few tests before then, huh?
Yeah, I took a lot of tests within those 2.5 years. And yeah, like, I just didn't know what to feel. I didn't know what to say. I couldn't even talk. Like, I started crying and I just covered my face because I couldn't look at it anymore.
You went on the floor, like from the toilet to the floor.
Yeah, like I just dropped to the floor at one point. And like my husband was also in shock. Like, he didn't even know what to say either. He just started hugging because I just started crying and crying and crying. It was happy tears, but at the same time it was like, holy shit, like,
It's happening.
It's happening. Like, pinch me, like, am I dreaming or something?
Pinch you right now.
But yeah, it was a moment. It was for sure a moment that like I always remember, and I'm just like, I can't even explain it. It's just a feeling that, like, if you have been trying to get pregnant for a long time and it happens when you least expect it. That's one thing I'm gonna tell you guys, because after we hit like 2 years of trying, I was like, you know what, like, if it's gonna happen one day, we'll just let it be. But after like about 2 years, we did stop. Like, we didn't like
trying.
We stopped trying, but we didn't like take care of ourselves, if that makes sense. So we just went with the flow, you know. And you know, like, months later, it happened. And what I mean by like it happens when you least expect it is because we stopped trying. But then, and like also when we decided to like stop trying but like not take care of ourselves, that's when we started like going out more. We started traveling more. We also ended up going to Vegas that month, November, at the beginning of the month, right? Beginning of the month,
yeah.
For our first time in Vegas. And we got like, I mean, it was our first time in Vegas, so we had to make it a memorable.
Worth it.
Memorable. So we were out there drinking and just wilding, and I was pregnant, you guys, but I didn't know. So
you were drinking? Yeah,
I was drinking like crazy. I was like, instead of having breakfast, I was drinking. Like at what, 9-10 in the morning? At the hotel. Like before we would head out, like I would have like a margarita, like super early, instead of having breakfast. Like I was tipsy like from the minute I woke up to the minute I went to sleep. And I was pregnant that whole time, but I didn't know, so
doesn't count.
So don't make me feel bad, you guys, because I was all drinking all pregnant, but I didn't know. But yeah, that's how I found out I was pregnant. And I couldn't really tell my husband because he was there with me. My husband is still doing the pumpkin carving.
It's hard. It's because of the letters. It's like,
oh yeah, because it's like, it says the whole Happy Halloween.
There's the H right there.
So since we still have a long way to go with the pumpkin carving, I think I'm just going to tell you guys how I got pregnant. I mean, that's obvious.
You're gonna tell him how?
Like I said earlier in the video, it did take us almost 3 years to finally have a baby, for me to conceive, however you guys want to call it. But honestly, we started trying when I was like 20, or when I turned 20, right? 20. Yeah, because I got pregnant when I was 20, 23, almost 24. Yeah, 20. So basically at first we just started trying and trying. And we always had people telling us like, oh, like try this, try that, so it can happen like sooner or already. And honestly, I didn't want to try anything or take any medicine to get pregnant because I didn't want to rush it. I wanted it to happen when it was supposed to happen, or when God, or when it was the right time. Which honestly, it's never the right time. Like people always say, like, oh, like I'm gonna have a baby like when I'm 30 because so I can like live or travel, or so I can be ready for it financially or whatsoever. But honestly, no matter what age you are, no matter where you are or in your life, if you're in school, if you're like working, if you're like living a good life, like you're never gonna be ready because even after you have a baby, like you shouldn't stop like traveling or like going out or having fun. Like a baby should not stop you from doing those things. Just like even if you're young or old or whatever age you are. So that was never in my mindset. That's why I didn't want to like rush it and like start taking like all these like medicines or trying all these things that like help you get pregnant or help you conceive sooner. I just wanted to go with the flow, if that makes sense. And I just didn't try anything. Like we just started we just started trying normally with not taking care of ourselves, obviously. And like a couple months passed, a year passed, a year and a half passed, and it was just like, I did have a couple moments where like I would break down to my husband and I would be like, oh my God, like why isn't it happening? Like why can't I get pregnant? And at one point like I thought something was wrong with me, and then he thought something was wrong with him. But we were both fine. And then so after we knew that we were both fine and like nothing was wrong, like for us to conceive, then we just like sat down and talked, and we were like, you know what, then it's just in God's hands. If he wants to send us a baby, maybe we're not supposed to have kids and like just have each other, or like you just start thinking about all those little things. So yeah, like I just went with the flow. And even though like after like I would have a couple breakdowns throughout those years, we just kept trying, and since and then when it was like a year and a half, 2 years, even like throughout the whole time people would be like, oh, like sobate, which means like to get a uterus massage, a uterus massage. I can't say that word. But yeah, to get a uterus massage, or what else? Like there's like all these things that you can find like at Target, Walmart, CVS, like in the pregnancy section that help you get pregnant, or like there's like teas, there's what else? I think there's some kind of pills, if I'm not mistaken. There's just so many things out there that help you get pregnant or help with your hormones if that's an issue. There's just so much out there, you guys. But I honestly never tried anything, like nothing at all. But once we hit the 2 years and then we stopped trying, like we just kept going with the flow. We still kept we still didn't like protect ourselves, just because we were like, for what, like I can't even get pregnant, or we're not even gonna get pregnant, so like why spend on like TMI condoms, or me on birth control, or
why would I pull that out?
You're disgusting. This is a family channel.
Okay, sorry.
So yeah, you guys. But then after we were after 2 years had passed by and we stopped trying, we just started like like I said previously, like going out, living life. I mean, it's not like we weren't before, but we just started like focusing more on us, and we didn't just to not think about like not being able to have a baby, because that really put how do you say it,
The pressure.
like kind of a pressure, but at the same time, like just talking about it and thinking about it, like it was like low-key depressing, because we wanted a baby so bad, and just talking about it and like just thinking that maybe it wouldn't happen at all, like it just put us like in a really bad like not us but like
Mood.
our emotions, like it just messed with our emotions. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, and then when the this was in 2019, and maybe like at the middle, maybe like June is when we said, okay, like by June we knew that we were gonna go to Vegas, and that we were going like at the end of the year. And I think we also went to LA after we went to Vegas. Like we traveled for like a whole week. We were out of town for a whole week, and we were obviously like out and about drinking and all that. And we decided that after like we did our traveling and that we came back, and after my birthday passed, which was after December, so basically starting 2020 January is when we were actually gonna like go to like
Professional place.
not a professional place, but like we were actually gonna like try and get some help, you know, like go to like a doctor that can help us conceive. You know, like if I had to go through like some strong medicine, I was willing to do that. Like that was the plan. But little did I know, or little did we know, this baby was already made in October, like mid-October. So that didn't happen, you know, like I didn't have to go through anything crazy, like, or take any medicines or none of that. It just happened. And you know, now I just look back and I'm like, okay, maybe we just had to wait like for our time, our turn, and God was like, okay, it's your turn, here's your baby. And yeah, so yeah, that's my little story time on how I ended up getting pregnant. I'm sorry if you guys were expecting me to tell you guys like my secret. There's no secret, you know. If you're also in my situation and you're struggling to conceive, like don't lose faith. Just, you know, like just
Your time will get there.
yeah, your time will get there, or your time will be here soon. You just have to, you know, like pray and be patient and trust God. You know, he has a plan for you, and he's gonna send you like your little blessing when
Sooner than later.
yeah, like when you least expect it. Honestly, like just be patient, and you'll be able to go through these beautiful moments one day. And that's all I can really say, you guys. Like I wish I could tell you guys like go do this and it'll happen, but
Doesn't work.
sadly it doesn't work that way. That would be amazing if it did, because I know there's so many girls out there that struggle to conceive, and it's really hard, like, you know, like mentally and physically, like as a girl, like when you dream about like being a mom for a long time and it doesn't happen, like you might like go into a dark place, or you might be like depressed here and there. But just know that those days will be over, and when you have your little blessing, like you're gonna be like so happy and so grateful, and all those hard times are gonna be worth it, because you'll get your like your dream.
True.
Yeah, like your dream will come true one day. And just be patient, you guys. Like it'll happen. Like I promise you guys, it'll happen. You guys just have to be patient and just pray and pray and pray, and don't give up. That's another thing. Don't give up, because if you give up, I feel like, how do you say it? I don't know how to explain it, but just don't give up, because it's gonna happen, you guys. You guys just have to be patient, and it'll happen. Trust me. Trust me. I know how you guys feel, and I know it's hard sometimes. Okay, you guys, so since this pumpkin carving is taking a little longer than expected, and I don't want the video to be super long, I'm gonna like stop the video right here, and then I'll add in a clip of the final product, and we'll close out the video then. Okay, you guys, so here is our final product of our pumpkin carving. It turned out really good. Look at the back. It says Happy Halloween. Tomorrow we're gonna go buy those
candles.
Those like plastic candles, so they have the like the switch, not an actual candle, because we don't want to start a fire. But so we can put it outside, and during the night people can, like, when they drive by, they'll see it, and it looks super cool outside during the night. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, loves.
Bye.